look forward to that. And another thing I need to bring up, which is the Kickstarter.
Okay.
Now, I was gonna wait until later, but I decided I was in the shower, thinking like I always do.
Thanks for that visual.
I was extra dirty.
Soaping up, lathering.
Pretty much.
Real nice.
Yeah. I'm silky smooth right now.
Oh my God.
So I was in the shower thinking, and I was like, you know what? I was gonna wait until after trying to do the tournament, or doing several tournaments because we want several winners. I figured I'm gonna start the Kickstart in the beginning. Now there's gonna be a goal for it, and people don't be frightened by the number.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. But it's set at $100,000. That's what we want to reach.
Reasonable.
In order to build this mega site, because it's gonna cost a few grand, I know for sure, to have this built and to campaign in the other cities. And once it's set up in Virginia, then it'll just be like knocking down dummies. Because then it'll just everything. We'll have like advertisers that'll fund everything and so forth. But we're gonna set it at $100,000. Essentially, I picked that number because when you do the math, I have 5,000 people on the Richmond Musicians Facebook page. Now, in order to reach $100,000 of 5,000 people, that's essentially saying 5,000 people have to at least donate $20 a piece. But you don't have to put in $20 for the Kickstarter, but that's just like a math. If you can, that would be great. So, but it's the sooner we get there, the sooner we can get things going, and most likely we'll be able to help you out a lot in getting your names out there and allowing you guys to tour, set up your own tours, win prizes,
absolutely,
all sorts of stuff. So, and then now just something future endeavors.
Future. I'm losing my voice right now. Yes.
Choking on flies.
Tell us about the future. Flies.
In the future.
In the year 2000. Nobody oh, come on.
I do, but I was like, that's not in the future anymore.
It's from Conan O'Brien. I like that show. It's okay.
It is a great show.
It is a good show. I enjoy it a lot.
That's good.
Let's go back to you in the shower. I'm joking. Let's go to the future immediately.
All right. In the future. All right, I have a DeLorean, and I went in the future.
I want one too, though.
Well, it's not really a DeLorean. It's an MR2, but it looks like a DeLorean. Not really, but it's almost. But I went into the future nonetheless, all right?
Okay.
Saw Marty McFly in the future, too. And in the future, some of the things that we want to do, that we would love to do for you guys, is bring major artists here. Start being able to bring them here. And then those that enter the tournament, and, you know, just people in general that we see out there working on stuff, have the opportunity to open for major artists. Start bringing more major artists here, because we bring more major artists here and give you guys the opportunity to open up for them. Ultimately, what that does is bring a huge crowd for you. And then you can start selling your stuff. And then you'll be popular. And then when you're popular, you're one of the cool guys. So essentially, that's what we want to do. And it's not like, because of course, I'm always thinking ahead about stuff. And we wouldn't just place someone randomly with someone. Like, let's say we bring in, like, I'm going to just use Garth Brooks. And then we bring in Garth Brooks, hypothetically. We're going to get a country band. You know?
It's because he said yeehaw.
I guess that's probably what it is. It just triggered me to say Garth Brooks. But,
Garth Brooks.
Or, you know, bring in something like Wiz Khalifa.
Nice.
Get someone to open up for him. You know, it won't be, what was that? Okay, never mind.
Well,
sorry, I wasn't gonna I was just thinking about the show that my brother saw where, was it Wiz Khalifa that came here? Or was it Currency?
Currency came here.
Yeah. Don't elaborate too much, because that one person might be listening.
Okay.
But okay, sorry. That's If you guys see me in person, I'll tell you about it, I guess. Sorry. But yeah, so let's say, you know, someone like Currency or Wiz Khalifa comes in, we're gonna find a hip hop artist to open up for him. You get like someone like Miguel, hopefully get him to come back, because I know he's
definitely cool.
Yeah, find someone who does R&B, get him to open up for him. Because you know you have to cater to your people, you know, your crowd.
You do.
And everything. So, you know, or bring a rock group like Atreyu if they want to come back and do something. I love Atreyu though.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Fall Out Boy.
Get like a heavy group. Yeah, or Fall Out Boy, get like a pop punk type group.
Corn.
Corn.
Yes.
Corn.
And Meatloaf. We'll bring Meatloaf.
No. Can he play with corn? So we can have
Meatloaf, corn, and turkey. They'll all come together.
Yes.
And play.
Can we resurrect James Brown too?
Yeah, we can possibly do that. That'd be great.
Let's bring him back.
That would be.
That's during our resurrection segment of the radio show. Back to the future.
So this is what I have seen in the future. Not only that, but I'm talking about having like maybe like a huge fashion show or something.
That
Just
would be
one
nice.
big one, and then possibly bring major artists for that too, because then it'll also extend to the model community as well.
And we all love hot girls.
That's true.
That's
true.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
Well, Allyson loves herself, so we.
I'm sure Allyson could model. I'm sure, right?
Yeah, she could.
I'm 5'2". I don't.
You can
She's
still
already
model.
checked. I'm too short to do that.
Yeah, you can model child's clothing.
Oshpagash and whatnot.
It's all good. Most female models are about my height, so that's.
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'11". Well,
You're
it's
5'11".
coming. What is it? Like
Is it? I thought it's
5'7" to
5'8",
11?
right? It's
They're
5'8" for models.
I think so.
I know it's not 5'2".
Allyson, you're
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all I know. According to America's Next Top Model, it's like 5'6"-ish, I think.
That's the shortest.
That's the shortest,
And
and,
you're
that's like short for models.
Yeah.
And you're 5'2".
So they're like, no.
Really, you're 5'2"?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. I don't think we've stood near each other yet.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
we'll
you're
have
just
to,
so tall.
I'm just up there. I'm
Just-
just in a different atmosphere.
Sheb, we used to be on the Knicks.
I did used to be on this. But yeah, models are great. Music is always good. And,
Indeed.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I want to bring in. I want to start bringing all art together,
Yes.
essentially.
Oh, I love that.
So, but yeah, I don't like just think of something. Just anything you could think that could possibly help out musicians. Most likely.
One of my favorite things is I love when there's a live music at a event that has art and fashion. I love that whole combination of things because I feel like it's a veritable bubbling forth of just creativity in those type of environments. I love situations like that. Even if there was like, I'd be blown away even if they had a fashion show at the VMFA. I would just be like, oh my God. I remember 2 years ago, I went to see Richard Branson at the VMFA, and they had this whole gala event for this guy, and they had it was just an amazing time. They had this singer that flew out from like Australia to sing at the event, and it was just a really good time because you could go and explore the different avenues and of art and whatnot, and then also hear this music that was just flown in from Australia, and it was just like, whoa, this is just a really amazing experience. So ideas like that, just combining them all together, always make for a very unique time and experience.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we have to work to getting there for one. So we're gonna do what we can to help you guys, and you guys do what you can to try and help us. The main thing is the Kickstarter and coming out to support the shows so you can support other artists. It doesn't matter what genre you are. I mean, rap, rock, country, pop, jazz, psychedelic, anything. It doesn't matter. We all have to support each other. Richmond is a decent sized city, but it's not big enough where everyone can go their separate ways. So we need to bring you guys together.
Everyone, unity, people.
Exactly. So all for one for all, pretty much. True. You know, musketeer type shit.
I love the unity situation because I know for a long time just sort of being in I'd say randomly sort of in the music scene in Richmond. That was one thing I noticed, that everybody wasn't really together. Everybody was just like, yo, I'm an artist. I do my thing over here, though. You know? And it's like, you know, why don't you come over here? Why don't we do something together? And I noticed a lot of groups don't like to do it. I don't know if you covered this or not in the first
We did a little bit.
Yeah.
We just talked, there's a lot of artists in Richmond, but they don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I don't get. So, you know, I love this whole idea. So, you know, people join in, unify, hold each other's hands in a circle, and we shall sing to the mountaintops.
Yeah. Well, I would have to say, though, it's about that time.
Yep.
And Sheb, next time,
what up,
why don't you get here on time?
I will, now that I know where this place is.
Because when we're all together, it's just that much better.
Yes.
All right, so, but yeah. Unless you guys have anything else you want to tell. Oh, yeah, wait, don't you have a show, Allyson? You want to plug? Throw out a plug?
Yeah, Allyson Blue, not Allyson.
Allyson Blue.
Allyson. Yeah, we've got a show on June the 7th at On the Rocks, which is in Chaco Bottom. They have a killer happy hour. So
time to get drunk.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Drunk and naked.
I don't know about that, but it's pretty cool. The restaurant's great. They have great food, great drinks, and the music, I believe it starts at 8. You can check out our Facebook page. We won't harass you.
Check out that
we
Facebook.
talked
Shout
about
out.
earlier.
No, you get a free harass pass.
But yeah, check us out. We've got some rough recordings on there if you want to hear what we're all about. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can check out a video of her for Possum Eyes. If you guys. We talked about that earlier.
She possumized?
No, Possum Eyes. Her eyes glow in the dark.
Allison's eyes glow in the dark?
Yep.
I am currently worried now.
I may or may not be a vampire. Sorry.
Which is cool, though. Yeah, vampires are cool. I dig that thing. But did you possumize somebody?
No, I did not.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Tell us what the music's like, though, for those who haven't heard.
Okay. It's bluesy rock. We do mostly covers right now.
Okay.
But we try to change the songs so that they sound totally different from the version that you'll hear on the radio.
Okay.
So
what's a recent cover that you've done that you're proud of, that you would recommend a newer listener to take a listen to?
So my favorite song that we do is CeeLo Green's "Fuck You."
Okay.
But it is a jazzy version of it. Okay. So it's really fun and people love it when we play it. They like to. I mean, everyone likes to sing that song, but. People seem to dig
every day.
What's the feel of the song? If you could describe it, if you had to break it down into components, maybe like 3 words. What?
Okay.
How are you gonna describe? What?
I don't know. The songs I like to be like, okay.
3 words. Go.
It's moving. It's powerful.
It's jazzy, which I said.
Okay.
Right.
It's a little sexy.
It's sexy.
Okay. And a 3rd word.
Yes, 3rd word.
It's sassy.
Sassy.
So it's a slightly different song when it's being sung by a girl.
Okay, cool.
That sounds very nice.
That's certainly what's up.
Check that out.
Yeah.
Tell us what the name of the band one more time.
Allyson Blue.
Alcyon Blue.
Alcyon
Blue.
Now, why Alcyon Blue?
Okay, it's a science term. It's this stain.
You wouldn't hear. You don't have to answer him. But he should have been here. But
people want to know this thing.
They already know.
Alcyon Blue.
It's a really pretty color. Also, it's like a cobalt blue color.
Okay.
It's a liquid. It's really cool.
And I guess the blue makes sense because.
And they,
we do.
And they paint themselves like Blue Man Group.
Nice.
Yeah.
Drums.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. I want to hear that.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, you guys definitely check that out. Sheb, do you have anything you want to? No.
I just got remixes.
I already answered this question. It was a rhetorical question.
No,
was it?
I'm working on a couple projects, but if you want to check out any music from my group, we've got a ton of remixes of trap remixes. Just sounds like, you know, elephants running through a Sahara desert filled with T-Rexes exploding. So it's just
that sounds
awesome. that's what it sounds like.
You had me at T-Rex.
But it's
Boom.
like, you know, if you want to hear any of that, go to Facebook, sadly, and type in Nintendo with a 3 in the center. That replaces the E, of course. That's the only way we could do it without copyright issues. But yeah, so check that out. Go there. There's a ton of music. Just dive in and wow out. That's what I say. Nintendo forever. So yeah,
Cool.
Armond,
Me?
you want to tell about these masterpieces?
My masters. I have.
We can find that Erumon.
Erumon.
Tell us about Erumon. Have you spoken
Oh
about
my
this?
God, no. I
Just a
haven't.
little
It's
bit.
still. It's
Just
kind
a
of.
taste.
It's kind of like a secret. Okay, if some of y'all know me, formerly known as Artist King,
I know. Yes.
and I get a lot of Prince references.
He
Just
does get a lot of Prince references.
like facial stuff too. But anywho, so
Facial.
no, a lot of it's like since a kid, like oh he looks like Prince, and I so much everywhere I've worked, like hey Purple Rain, I always get that. It is. But
It's
anywho,
depressing now? I thought you enjoyed that stuff.
It's
That's awesome.
but it's.
He's totally kick-ass. You should
He-
be
hilarious.
proud.
He is until like all right. This is dude that comes in because I work part time.
Yes, please tell this
There's a
story.
guy. There's a guy come in. Shout out to Carmine. He's a funny dude. Real big diesel guy or whatever. He's Italian. Hey, Purple Rain. Every time. Purple Rain. Every time, and I'm just like oh. And then whenever he comes in, he'll do that. And then whenever one of the other pizza places owners or whatever, Candela, shout out Candela's great food. He comes in sometimes. Hey, Prince, hey, how's it going? And then you have my boss going Purple Rain, and I'm just like, oh. And this isn't a one-time thing. Like this happens a lot. And then when I get just like other places, like people just, hey, yeah, you look like Prince. And
I love how all your voices sound like variations of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, that's awesome. I like that.
so, but anywho, no, a reason why I got rid of the name King. For
Yes.
one, I guess it came off a little too arrogant. But
Yeah, because you're
But,
basically, I'm better than I'm better
Even
than-
Prince was like, no, King is too much.
But the whole thing behind it was like I'm the king of my personal craft. Like I do my stuff how I do it. No one else can do it like me. So that was the whole thing. But
Right.
you know, it is kind of cocky. But
Can I say something? I wanna say this though. I saw this interview with Prince, and apparently I didn't know he was so meticulous on just like everything. Because they asked him about just general style, like just of his clothing and whatnot, and one of the interviewers was asking because the interviewer was wearing like a suit. He had on a nice suit, shoes, and everything like that. And he asked Prince, hey, I know you have like a very unique personal style. What do you think of my suit? And Prince just immediately was just like, nope. I'm like, he was like, well, what about my shoes? Nope. Wait up to daylight. I'm like, dang. But Prince was definitely a genius in his own right as far as music goes. And he did everything on his own.
I mean that. Thank you. But that's another thing too.
Right.
That I do everything. When it comes to my music and making it, I do everything too.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I play all instruments, that shit and everything. So, and well, you know, I can be pretty meticulous about a lot of stuff. I hound the crap out of him when it comes to being on time, plans. Like, he didn't want a guideline for stuff that we talk about.
I didn't, because I wanted it free flowing. But this is good though. I like it.
Yeah, that's right. See, see.
I'm glad you came up with this. This is very nice. This is very nice. I wish you guys could see it, but you can't because you're not here.
It's a reference. It's a reference in case, you know, we lose track of something. But in general, like, I hate to say it, but I'm a lot like him too. Like, musically, I feel the same way he feels in the industry, et cetera, et cetera. That's the whole reason for elaborating on the whole Richmond musicians thing and trying to like change the music industry, because it's really unfair. But anywho, so yeah, which brings me to now. I was like, all right, I want something a bit more unique than King too, because King, it was kind of plain, and there's a lot of people that go by the name King. So my name is Armond, Spanish for man of war. So does anyone? No. It's French for man of war. Armando is the Spanish version, and I'm a real big fan of Japanese culture. So I looked up my name in Japanese, which is Eruma. So, and then Herman, I forgot what that comes from. I think that's Greek. Yeah. Well, no, they're all variations of my name. But no.
You're gonna go by Herman?
No. Yeah, so yeah, not doing it. No, Eruman is the name that I'm using. Kind of sounds like a Pokemon.
It definitely sounds like a Pokemon.
Or it sounds like a I don't know how you put it, something out of a video game.
It does. It sounds extremely, like you said, Japanese, like an anime.
Eruman.
Exactly. Like Goku would fight Eruman at some point.
Yeah, something like that.
In the series of Dragon Ball Z, so. Right?
So yeah, pretty much. So I was like, all right, I was like, you know what, and it looks really cool written down and everything too.
It does look good written down.
And the whole thing is, like, I pulled back all my stuff, took everything else down from the King page. That's gone, even though I had like 3,000 people. I was like, that's gone. I just changed the name on my SoundCloud. I decided to just keep that. I didn't want to get rid of that because, like, some people were on. I was like, I'll keep them. Because I couldn't change the name on my King page, so I had to get rid of it, which kind of sucked. Because once you get over, like, 100 fans or something, you can't get rid of it.
You had literally about you had over 2 G's as far as fans. I remember that. But,
so the whole thing is, like, I revamped it, and now I'm taking my time with my songs. Like you've heard it, Sheb, Allyson, you heard it, playing it in there and everything.
You gotta take your time. It's gotta be meticulous. It's gotta be right on. That was something that I recently learned as well, is that you have to take the time to do it. You can't just rush through things. It doesn't come out right.
And you see, he wasn't here earlier, but basically what he just said and what I'm saying, like, taking your time is important, especially if you want great results, because it's like now, like, I could just tell when I'm done with my EP, like, anyone that hears it or when I perform it, like, I just know it's just, well, okay, here's the thing. I'm not like a mean musician, but my idea, if I'm playing with someone, I want to be the best one there. I want to be the top dog, and I want to have the best songs, the best performances. So when I design my songs, and now I'm taking this much time on them, it's like I'm designing these to crush any competition. Even I'm designing my songs. If I were put up against a major artist, if it came down to it, when they're all done and everything's done, that if I were given the same light show as them, that I would put them under the dirt.
Competition, man.
Exactly. So, but I mean, I think like that.
Right.
That's how I think. Not everyone thinks like that.
Though. I mean,
if you're serious about it,
yeah. You know, you don't want to dog out your other fellow mates, but you want to be good.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
You gotta have a little competition. That's how it goes.
We always, like, in our band, we look at it like if you were training for like an athletic event. Like, you would know exactly how you were going to train for it, and you would put all your effort into it. And that's how we work at practices. That's how we work when we're preparing for a show. And that's how it should be. I mean, whenever you're getting ready for anything, you put the time to be your best at that one thing.
And effort. Yeah. That's exactly what it takes in order to win the fight.
Yeah. Indeed. So, but yeah, that's the whole Eruman thing. So a lot of stuff is not coming out for a while until I'm done. When it's officially, when the EP's done.
Tell them.
I'm getting myself. I mentioned earlier that you should have yourself go through various producers before actually putting it out there. I'm taking myself to Mr. Congdon, which, if you guys don't know, he's the engineer for Chris Brown for his Fame album, and he's a good friend of mine. So I'm actually gonna have him, since I ended up being friends with him really not too long ago. I'm gonna have him review it, and then just see what he has to say, and then tweak it from there. And then when that's done, then I'm gonna release it. Boom! Atomic bomb. Exactly. So, pretty much. That's
so that's always good. Anything else you wanna?
I don't know, but I don't know about you guys. I definitely want to see the new Iron Man tonight.
Yeah.
So
I want to see Gatsby. I've been waiting for like a year.
When does that come out?
Next week.
Next week?
Like next weekend.
Next weekend. Yeah, that should be a good movie though.
The music's gonna be great.
Oh my God, the music is amazing.
It's Jay-Z produced the soundtrack.
Yeah, and
true.
then all those other artists on there too have these really amazing songs.
Yeah,
like they're all very intricate.
I love me some Jay-Z.
There's this, one of the trailers has Beyonce covering a Amy Winehouse song.
Yeah. Black.
Awesome.
I heard it. Her part was good, but who did she have? Andre 3000. I wasn't really.
I love that guy.
I love him too, but he didn't really.
He didn't impress you with his lyrics.
Not on that particular song.
The first time I heard it, I was just like, I don't know what I'm hearing, because whoever recorded it had like all these drops in it from the radio station that played it for the first time. So he just constantly said, "You're listening."
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's when I heard it
and
too.
I'm like, that is terrible. I don't want to hear that. And then I heard a little bit later the one without all the drops in it. Ended up being an amazing track. I was blown away by it. I was just like, "Whoa, this is so good. I don't know what to do." So that happened. I know Lena Del Rey has a track on there. I like her audibly. I'll say that. Live, not so much, but audibly, I love her. Who else is on there?
Florence
the Machine. The XX is on there. I haven't heard their track, but I'm excited to dive into that. I heard Jay-Z's $100 or dollars, because it's just a dollar sign. I assume. $100 sign?
Yeah, I think it was
$100. Yeah. I liked it. And then I also found out that all those tracks are supposedly actually in the movie. So it's not just like, the BS. Like, okay, here's the soundtrack to the movie. Oh, but here's the soundtrack to the movie. Yeah. It's all, that's right. So, yeah.
That's a bill for you.
Yeah. But I'm always excited when they have, like, the actual music that you hear from the soundtrack to be actually in the movie. And vice versa, if that even makes sense right now, vice versa.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I don't know if that's applicable, but
we'll just pretend.
That makes no sense. We'll take the vice versa out of that.
We'll just pretend it works. As long as you say it smoothly, that's all that matters. You can get away with saying anything as long as you say
vice versa.
Yeah. Sir, how much change would you like? Vice versa.
Vice versa, baby.
Wait, what?
But yeah, so I guess that's
cool. Yeah, well, that pretty much calls. You guys definitely tune in next week. And just to let you know,
do it.
I need an update on Facebook, because this is being recorded. I'm going to post it afterwards. So if anyone who missed the show, it will be up and you can check it out throughout the week too.
Yes.
But definitely you want to tune in next week, because
tune in next week.
For one, we'll have a guest. I am not sure who yet, so we're going to decide on that. And we'll probably get into some stuff like recording, editing, submissions, finding your sounds, maybe going to performances. All sorts of stuff, because performances, oh yes. I kind of want to tear some people a new one. A lot of people I want to get props to.
Nice.
So it'll be great, because then you can hear personal stories and experiences, and then stuff that actually works and stuff that just does not work. And we're just gonna get into all that. We're gonna get into some more good stuff. We got like a list of topics, much stuff. So
we're gonna be here for a week. So listen carefully. This will be fun, guys. Yeah, check us all out. at a veritable place, musically wise and things of that nature. Make sure to have fun out there, guys.
Got a lot of power.
Stay safe, drink a lot of fluids, and
it makes me feel like that.
Hey.